You know, what a crowd, right? Talk about Phil the Hill. The energy in the building was palpable for sure. It got as loud as I've seen it certainly in my 2 years, and I've been the son of an alumnus here who played as a freshman and who's a diehard fan. I don't know if it was ever that loud. Right, so credit to our fan base, credit to the energy that our fan base brought, but it's a testament to our guys and their commitment to what they're trying to do here at Fordham. So really proud of the energy that the university brought, proud of the fan base and the student section for sure. And then, GW is a great team. They got, in my opinion, two of the best guards in the country. I think they're third in the country in scoring as a duo. And in the first half, they showed why. Right, we were doubling them. We were trying to mix things up, and they still were making some ridiculous shots. But our team, our depth really has a tendency to wear some teams out in the second half. And I think because they have to play so many minutes, they got worn out. They've got to do so much, and that was the goal. Let's just continue one possession at a time. They're really, really good, really incredibly well coached. Coach Caputo's done a tremendous job there. You can see why they love playing for him. But that was the goal, to wear them out. And I think inside that 8-minute timeout, you started to see them get a little tired. They started to get a little sluggish defensively. But we just kept coming and coming and coming. And, we got contributions from pretty much everybody on the roster. So really excited about it. We'll enjoy it today. And then it's right back to work tomorrow, which is the beauty of basketball, because we got another ridiculous team and very good, well-coached team coming in here Tuesday night.
Coach, you guys really limited their scoring down low. From the second, going into the second half, the first. Did you feel like it was an energy thing, like you described, or do you feel like there were some other adjustments that you guys made?
Well, we made a couple of different adjustments with our defense. We played a little funky defense, more so in the second half than we did in the first, and then we just tightened some things up. I think in the first half, for whatever reason, we weren't playing as aggressive as we typically do. And as a result, they were able to get to the rim a few times, uncontested layups. We weren't high enough on some of the ball screens. Like, for instance, under the 4-minute timeout, Bishop didn't have a whole lot of points. He comes out, he immediately comes off the high ball screen, going right, stops and pops from the top of the key. That could never happen. As you saw, we were picking them up right as he came across half court in the second half. We just tried to force them into tough contested twos all night, not give them any open looks from three, which is what they want and what they're really, really good at.
Could you talk about Antrell's performance? I mean, you had 5 steals tonight. Could you talk about how important he was in developing your transition game?
Oh, my God. He's a Swiss Army knife. I mean, he plays every position. We ask him to do pretty much everything on the floor. We call him our monster on defense because he's just so smart, and he's kind of like a free safety in football. He can just pick and choose, and he's so aggressive with his length and his physicality and his IQ. Him and Kyle Rose, I think, is vying for best defensive player in this league. I don't know if you could find a better defender. I know Deron Holmes is a rim protector. I know there's other good defenders, but nobody on the ball does what Kyle Rose does. As a result, he's worn out on the offensive end, and that's affected his shooting, but he doesn't care. I mean, he was plus 18 with 0 points. If you're trying to do something really special and you're trying to have a collective unit that's buying into their role, that is identifying exactly what I'm talking about.
We'll go 1, 2, and 3.
This is Rafi with nothing but that sports talk. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that.
I just want to ask you, Warren and Quisenberry combined for 52 points.
Yeah.
Come from behind victory. What went through your mind seeing this little 2-hole that you have on your team?
Yeah, you know what? They're fantastic. They just keep, for instance, like Khalid was struggling in the Atlantic 10 to start, but now he's realized what he's capable of. A lot of times when you transfer from high majors into the Atlantic 10, you kind of don't know what to expect. Well, it hit him by surprise. It's physical. There's a lot of high level and high major other players in this league. So he was trying to figure it out in the first few games. He realized with his energy, his length, just he had 7 rebounds or 8 rebounds, but he got his hand on probably 6 or 7 more. He just goes, he's relentless on both ends of the floor, and as a result, we just keep coming and coming. You're starting to see the fruits of his labor, and now he's knocking down some shots and playing with a lot of confidence. Darius Quisenberry, he's our guy, right? He's our leader. He's just wasn't playing great for the first 12, 13 minutes of the second half, really the first 30 minutes of the game. Then under the 8 timeout, he just goes bananas, and that's how good of a scorer he is. He's been much more patient, not as emotional. He's not allowing missing shots to affect him as much as he did a year ago. He's playing high-level defense, And then, he's just kind of helping us close out games. So really proud of his leadership, both of theirs, both on and off the court.
And a follow-up question, if I could.
Yeah.
The next matchup you're going up against St. Louis. How does victories like this prepare you for a major test you have ahead this Tuesday coming up?
Yeah, it's every night in the Atlantic 10 is a battle. You look across the league, and everybody's just getting better and better because the ultimate goal for a coach is you want to be the best team you can be by the end of the year. And the coaching in this league is absolutely fantastic. So as a result, almost every team is better now than they were a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, certainly in the non-conference. And Travis Ford's one of the best in the business, has been for a long time. His teams are extremely tough and physical, so we have to match that physicality. And again, we just have to do what we do on the defensive end, no matter who we play. So we'll come back tomorrow, we'll watch some film, we'll prepare, we'll get healthy for ourselves, and then Monday will be really about focusing on them. But it doesn't change what we're trying to do. We've got to do what we're really good at, and then work on some of their personnel tendencies. But for the most part, we concentrate on ourselves. Don't really try to get too caught up on the opponent.
What about this team allows them to consistently turn the momentum from a game where I think it's multiple times now you've been down double digits in the first half and you turn around and win the game by double digits? What about this team is able to swing the momentum?
Well, I think our depth is really, really, really good for us right now. Unfortunately, Abdu is nursing a little injury, so he only gave us a few minutes. But the young guys stepped up, Elijah Gray and even Ramad Dean, and obviously Will Richardson, who didn't play great in the beginning. He went on a little tear during a stretch, so everybody's getting a little bit more comfortable. The speed of the game is slowing down for our bench. We're getting big-time production out of our bench, so our starters aren't playing as many minutes as they had to in the non-conference. As a result, we're able to wear teams out by using our depth, and that's why inside that 8 minutes, both at St. Bonaventure we took control, and then also tonight because of our depth and their intensity. They never believe that they're out of a game.
Last one down here.
For me, it was like in the beginning, you guys were warming up, and then halftime happened, and then right in the second half, you guys were on fire.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I would say, what did you guys talk about in that locker room to kind of the fire was already there, but I feel like it needs to ignite a little bit more. What did you say to the teammates to ignite that fire?
Just continue to do it with every possession. Our goal is to wear them out inside. It takes 40 minutes, and use our depth and use our physicality. Just continue to wear them out one possession at a time. Don't focus on anything, but just wearing them out. And we continue to run. We continue to beat them up physically on the defensive end. They'll get frustrated, and that's just kind of our identity. Defend and rebound, and then that'll allow us to get to the free throw line, to get some easy baskets in transition, which it did because their depth is a disadvantage for them at this point in time. So we had to take advantage of that. And we wanted to continue to run up and down the floor, which most teams don't with them because they're really good in transition. But because we were scoring and making some shots, we were able to set up our half-court defense, not let them get into transition. We only had 10 turnovers. I'm not exactly sure what we had in the first half, but only allowing them to get out and run. And some of those were dead ball turnovers. So we didn't allow them to get too many transition opportunities.
I got one question.
Let's do it, Ronnie.
Okay. Seriously. What was it like talking in the locker room with trailing by 4 points?
Just exactly what we said. It just continue to wear them out. The end of the half, I really think, was demoralizing for them because they were about to take control. I think they were up 7 or 8 or something like that. I think we went on a 5-0 run to close the half in 30 seconds, and we carried that momentum into the locker room, carried it into the next 20 minutes. And again, it was just, let's wear them out. Continue to play as hard and physical as we possibly can, and we'll see where we land inside that 4-minute timeout.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, sorry.
One question. This speaks to your attitude as a coach.
Yes.
Not even just in this game, but throughout the season. Overall, now you guys are 17-4, and you guys are kind of trailing the Blaze, at least from where I'm sitting. How is your attitude, your positivity, your momentum, and your motivation? How do you think that impacts the players and all around, just creates that level of trust between you and them and the team?
You know what? Relationships are everything, right? So we got in this business to try to create some change, right? And to develop young men into real men. And our relationships, our bonds on this team are absolutely fantastic, both between the coaches and the players, that everybody loves each other in that locker room, win or lose. And I think as a result, they're willing to do some things, maybe take the extra step, right? Dive head first into someone's knees or whatever it might be because we truly care about each other. I learned that from the people that I've been a part of, right? Jay Wright, while it started in high school with Steve Turner and Jay Wright and Pat Chambers. That's just their positive energy, and that's the way we live our lives. And, you can control two things every day you wake up. Either think negatively or positively. So we're going to think positively. We're going to have some enthusiasm. We're living a dream. We're playing basketball, right? Coaches versus cancer. It's just a reminder, right? I got 4 children. I can't even imagine some of the families that are going through some of the things they are in these hospitals, right? So when you see those pins, you just remind yourself and the players, there's a lot more things bigger than basketball. Let's just enjoy the ride we're on. Let's have fun doing it. We're blessed to be what we're doing, doing what we're doing, and that's the reality. It's basketball, right?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Start, Sam.
The crowd tonight, you got a sold-out house, and you guys used that momentum to come back in this game and pull through in the second half. What can you say about the crowd tonight?
Tremendous crowd. We love it. This is what we try to come here to Fordham to do. Change the program, change the culture. I feel like we're starting to finally do that. Everybody's starting to finally come out and see the hard work we put in from the summer until now. It started in July 1st. It doesn't start right now. It started July 1st when we first got here. We've been building this, so this is a long time coming.
Gonna go to Sam Trevor Allen.
Khalid, 30 points tonight. You guys were cooking like towards in the final minutes. What was working for you guys like in the huddle? What were you guys saying to each other?
Just keeping a positive mindset. Just focusing on the next play, playing aggressive, not thinking about anything else, just keeping our attitude up and just keep focusing on the next play.
Darius, more for you. You got off to a slow start in the first half, sat down, probably reset mentally, and then had a big second half. How much, maybe for you, is it a benefit to sit down just for a couple minutes and just reset yourself?
It's always good to get out of the game and get that mental focus back. You're going to miss and make shots in the game, but you just can't waver, especially as a leader of a team. Your leadership can't waver off missing and making shots. So just trying to stay focused on the guys, stay focused on my defense, and then let the game come to me.
Second row here.
This is Rafi with nothing but that sports. So congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
I just want to ask you, from the beginning of the game, you were kind of in a bit of a shooting struggle, but you finally picked it up in the second half and you have a 12-point lead. What did the coach talk to you about as far as bringing the energy to the crowd today?
Like I said, we found ourselves coming down at halftime our past couple of games. It's nothing that we're not used to. Like he said, just bring the energy, fight our hardest for the 20 minutes so that we could come back in the locker room and look our teammates in the eye and say that we gave it our all. So just coming with the energy from the start. So I feel like that.
And the follow-up question, this victory put you guys in the top 4 of the Atlantic 10. How do you plan to maintain the mentality of actually winning winning more games going into the tournament with 1 month left in the season?
I feel like our goal is just on the next game. We're not really focused on the end goal right now. So just focusing on the next game and taking it 1 game at a time.
Never satisfied, ever.
Yeah, a lot of great plays today, a lot of intense energy, but I feel like the moments that caught me were moments of frustration, but the bounce back from that. So I guess not even just today and in previous games, how do you guys practice as a team, bouncing back from frustration, keeping your head in the game, not letting those moments those missed shots or fumbles or even the long pass and someone intercepts, how do you guys keep that energy up and keep that consistent through the game, because sometimes it can be tough keeping it up and keeping it going.
I feel like that's just our motto of our team. We say attitude. Just always keeping the right attitude. It doesn't matter what play happens, if it's a bad foul call, turnover, missed shot, whatever it is, just attitude. Just clap it up, attitude, and just move on to the next play. That gets you in your right mindset of not thinking about the last play and thinking about the next one, because you don't want one play to compile into 3-4 bad plays.
So let's say someone on the court, they're in their head. They have 2-3 missed shots in a row, drop balls. What are you saying to that player to get them out of their head and back into this moment of getting back into it and keeping going and improving their attitude in that moment when they might feel down on themselves? Same
thing. Just that's literally our saying. We'll say right to them, attitude. Just attitude, clap it up. Attitude is more than just on the court. Attitude is for life. If you get fired from a job or whatever that is, you just gotta have the right attitude, because if you stick in that mindset of a bad attitude, you don't know what it's going to lead to. But if you have the right mindset, you're likely to make a better play or have a better come up, so to say.
2 more, Sam, here, and then we'll...
17 points off turnovers, 17 in the fast break. Could you guys talk about, how the fast pace of this game kind of affected your play style? And did you kind of expect that going in, facing an opponent like GW?
I think that it started with our defense, We were aggressive on defense. We got a lot of steals, and we were able to, just push the ball and get the ball rolling, keep the energy up off our defense.
One more yet? Oh, same one? All right, thanks, guys. Coach, meet in a minute.
Appreciate it.